Another story that was obviously making news as we woke up this morning, but it is continuing into tomorrow, why Musk's Twitter may bring back the band. Now that he's on the cusp of buying Twitter for a US $44 billion, which is $61 billion Australian dollars, Elon Musk has some pivotal decisions to make. At the top of his list is whether to let thousands of banned users, some of them very high profile, return to the short-form social media platform. Tanvir, we heard Trump on Piers tonight basically say that they were mentally ill for people on the board, banning people from being on the platform. What do you make of Elon basically adding Twitter to his portfolio?
Yeah, it's quite the move. And I mean, a lot of people say these tech companies are very overvalued. And he thinks he can unlock this value. Look, he's talking the talk. You know, he's certainly been a big champion of free speech. So I think he needs to at least bring some of them back to show that he's serious. Look, I can't speak to the business side too often, but he's certainly a player. You know, he goes out and, you know, he does what he wants, and he's got the money to do his talking.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out, but I would expect at least some of them to be allowed back on the platform. Whether they want to or not is another thing.
I think on the flip side, though, because I think we saw with the announcement that happened overnight, we saw a lot of probably progressive people that maybe use the platform in Australia saying, I'm done, I'm out, I'm leaving Twitter. I call nonsense on that.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Yeah, it's too.
Don't just be more fired up.
Yeah, totally. Fight the good fight, people. Fight the good fight. Let's move on now to the Herald Sun and some great news if you are a Tigers fan. Dusty far from rusty. Good old Dusty Martin could be back from injury, which is fantastic for the Tigers. Bid to another premiership, hopefully. But another yarn on the front of the Hun, which caught my attention, Tanvir. US gets tough on China base bid. A senior US envoy would not rule out military action against Solomon Islands if China established a defence base on the island state, as speculation continued about what would happen if the Pacific nation crossed the so-called red line. Despite Solomon's Prime Minister, Messenia Sogavani, ignoring Australia's pleas to not sign a security pact with Beijing, Foreign Affairs Minister Maurice Payne has confirmed that the Morrison government was relying on his assurances a permanent Chinese military base would not be allowed in the country. I feel that this is a word salad of foreign policy, and it's all going to come down to national security in Australia, which is going to be home and hose for the electorate. But when our allies start getting a little bit annoyed with us, that's when we should probably pay attention.
Well, that's true. Suddenly the US is there going, hang on, you screwed this one up.
Yes.
And even Prime Minister got asked about, well, where's this red line at? And I'm not sure, you know, and that, so everyone's going to be like, oh, where's the red line? You know? So look, it's got some way to play, and well after the election, but there's a lot of backroom stuff going on. You can feel it.
Yeah.
And I think both sides will be seeing how they can exploit it, but also not to end up with egg on their face.
Absolutely.